hear ye, gather around, grab your blankets, and prepare to gasp, because I have a bedtime story for you guys, okay? And in this story, we're going to talk about Maurice and Melvin. And just to remind you, all names in the story have been changed to protect the fuckboys. You're welcome. So once upon a time, ShineEra was at a place called college. She went out with a couple of friends, and one of those friends happened to be Maurice. So as they're out, they're having a good time. Everybody's partying and everything. And ShineEra notices that Maurice is talking to one girl, and she's like, well, because she's supposed to be staying with Maurice that night, right? Okay. So ShineEra and the other people peep this little side game that Maurice has going on with this girl, but nobody says anything, and they just let it be, and it's fine. So the rest of the night goes on, and ShineEra's kind of giving Maurice the cold shoulder, and she's kind of second guessing wanting to stay with him for the night. Now, it's been no secret that Maurice and ShineEra had a little bit of a little flirtatious thing going on, but after seeing him talk to the girl that night, she was like, I don't know if I want to stay with him tonight. I have other options too. Now, already in her mind, she had Melvin in the back of her head that she knew that she could go to, and she kind of wanted to be with anyway, but knew he was busy. He was a busy person. So she knew she couldn't be with Melvin that night. So she settled for Maurice. But after being so frustrated with him talking to another girl, she said to herself, I'm going to go make this call. So just talking to him throughout the night, she goes and makes a couple text messages, does a couple calls, and she finds out that Melvin is actually not as busy as she thought. She plans to see Melvin, but she has to figure out how to get rid of Maurice. So as the night ends and everybody parts their ways, she does ride home with Maurice because she rode there with him. And when she gets there, she's like, okay, what am I supposed to do? What am I going to do? How am I going to get out of this? So she's waiting for Melvin to actually give her the okay. And as she's waiting, she goes into the shower. She takes a shower at Maurice's house, and she takes a shower at Maurice's house, and then all of a sudden she hears the door open, and she's like, okay, what's going on? So Maurice actually gets in the shower with her, and he's naked. She turns around and looks at him up and down and goes, what in the... Maurice has a nice little hard... no, not little. Maurice has a nice big hard on, and she's like, wow, okay, are we going to do this here or are we not? So as ShineEra finishes showering, she's like, well, I'll be out in a minute, so I'll just see you in a minute. Trying to dismiss Maurice. Very hard to do when there was such a hard on there. So when she finishes taking her shower, she checks her phone, and Melvin has given her the okay. So now she must think to herself. In the mirror, she looks and she goes, do you want Maurice or do you want Melvin? Maurice has already pissed you off. So, I'm going to go to Melvin. So what she does is she thinks of the quickest lie that she can, because ShineEra is not the quickest liar. She's not the best liar. She doesn't lie. She goes into Maurice's room and she says, oh, my dance sister is calling me, and she says she needs my help, and she keeps texting me, and of course she must have her backup, so she did have her dance sister text her numerous times saying that she needed her. So her phone is blowing up. Maurice is like, well, can I just get a quickie in? Can I just get a little something? Really trying to just get it on with her. ShineEra knows she's not that type of person. She's not going to just go with one person and with another one, knowing that she's going to Melvin's house. So she says, I'm sorry, I really have to go. She really has to go. She really needs my help. Maurice is very upset because he's saying things like, oh man, I'm just so upset because I took off of work to be with you tonight and you have to go. All ShineEra can do is sit there and say, I'm sorry. And as she says that, she heads out the door. And where does she go? Straight to Melvin's house, where she had a good old night and nobody else would know the details of it. I hope you all have gotten your fill of the bedtime story for tonight. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite. Remember, your bitch is ugly. And breathe through your nose. All right, good night.